27th of May every year is celebrated as Children's Day in Lagos. On this day, several activities are organized to raise awareness on children-related issues as well as celebrate these young ones. This year, the day was celebrated with a series of programs put together by the Lagos State Ministry of Education. A Thanksgiving service was organized at the Chapel of Christ the Light Church, where the Lagos State Education family gathered to give thanks to God. The Bible reading was taken by Oluwakomiyo Ogunmuyite of Songo Senior Secondary School and Oladimeji Tanimowo of Dairy Farm Nursery and Primary School.
Isaiah 54, from verse 12 to 14. I will make your pinnacles of rubies, your gates of crystal, and all your walls of precious stones. Verse 13. All your children shall be taught by the Lord, and great shall be the peace of your children. Verse 14, the last verse. In righteousness you shall be established. You shall be far from oppression, for it shall not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 13 to 14. Then little children were brought to him, that he might put his hands on them and pray. Or the disciples rebuked them. Verse 14. But Jesus said, let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for such is the kingdom of heaven.
The wife of the governor of Lagos State, who was represented by Mrs. Bolanle Wenu, said Lagos is remarkably blessed to have these children, hence the need to be grateful.
We are remarkably blessed of the Lord to have our quiver filled with lovely and amazing children. And we have come here to return all glory and adoration to the Most High God for His blessings upon us.
The Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, said the Thanksgiving service is an important part of the Children's Day celebration.
We celebrate our children every day, but this is a special day set aside to celebrate them very specially. And so this service is of thanksgiving. It's to thank God for these children, to pray over them, and thank God a lot, because last year we could not do this. Last year, COVID was so terrible. But here we are today, so we must give thanks to God.
The Youth Forum and Career Day was also organized with the theme, Unite to Reverse the Impact of COVID-19 Pandemic on Children.
Today's program is one of the activities that had been lined out to commemorate the 2021 Children's Day celebration in Lagos State. So I just want to encourage each and every one of us that this opportunity that we have, please, I encourage you to make good use of it.
Students who participated were introduced to various professions and how to make the right career choice.
To have a life, we must have a career. Life does not start and end in the school. Neither does it start and end in your homes. It is by what you can impact into the society, not now what you can get from the society, but what you will give back to the society. And that is the reason why we gathered this morning, to let you know that despite all odds, we move.
Other issues discussed include coping with peer pressure, excelling in aptitude tests, and how to maximize their talents.
What you are expressing now is more of passion, interest. Let whatever career you want to choose be that is interesting to you. Because when you are faced with challenges, your passion will keep you. Your interest will motivate you, and you will not give up. So first and foremost, you identify your interest. What do you like to do?
Event management is a business that can sustain anybody. It can sustain the whole family. It can sustain an individual if you are doing it well. It's a job that is profitable. It's a noble profession.
Any profession that you find yourself, it must be passion and interest that will drive you to that profession, not money. Because money is not everything. Money is not everything, but it's essential.
Aptitude test is not just to know about what you want to become in life, whether you want to become a doctor or you want to be in science class. It helps you to develop yourself. In an aptitude test, they're going to ask you a question like, what do you like to do? Like, do you like to dance? Do you like to play? Do you like to crack jokes? Not that you want to be a pilot or wanted to be other things. Aptitude test is very important for students.
It was very, very good. We learned different things. We learned about how to cope peer pressure, how to choose a career in our life, and how to make money from our talent. I also like to thank the permanent secretary of District 6 who made everything possible.
I also learned about the 3D, the dream killers. I also learned that that we should not allow any peer group to influence us about any bad thing, and I should make my decision on my own.
A cultural day was also organized with students showcasing the rich Nigerian culture in their various presentations and mode of dressing.
With this, we can save lives. Yes, we can save lives.
A major focus of the cultural presentation was on the well-being of children.
But with solidarity we fight. Wearing our face masks every time, proper sanitation of our palm, regular check at every door. Though we were caught afflicting, but with these measures, we'll come back to normalcy. Yes, we shall conquer the terrorists, COVID-19.
Yes, Come on, put your hands together.
The students appreciated the state government for giving them a platform to exhibit their talents.
I want to appreciate the Lagos State government for what they did today. It was a great honor and a great opportunity for we students to showcase our talent and everything we got.
It was wonderful actually. I want to thank the Lagos State for making us to participate in the program, for allowing us to show our talents, and I say God bless Lagos State.
It's been a very beautiful experience. The children were really very ecstatic about the whole thing, and we want to appreciate our governor for granting us opportunity to use this platform to celebrate the children.
On the D-Day, students, pupils, their teachers and other stakeholders gathered at the police college in Ikeja to commemorate the day. The day began with a march past from students of Lagos State-owned schools.
That is the Boy Scouts. Wow, thank you very much.
In a welcome address, the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, said Lagos State students have continued to distinguish themselves in national and international competitions, winning several awards and trophies for the state.
I must let you know that we are working tirelessly under our amiable governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, to provide all that you need so that you optimize your potentials. You are present and you give us much joy, but you are our future. And we see the future in all of you, and the future does look bright. I want to celebrate you because you have represented us and distinguished yourselves in various ways and across the whole state.
In his remarks, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, at the event said the theme for this year's celebration, Unite to Reverse the Impact of COVID-19 Pandemic on Children, is quite apt.
As pupils and students, you have also felt the impact of the pandemic as your schools were closed for several months. At the height of the pandemic, our government came up with a series of initiatives and interventions to ensure safety and continuous learning for all our students and pupils. The various steps we have taken since the outbreak of the pandemic include introduction of electronic teaching on television, radio, and internet, as well as the provision of mobile devices and MP3 players preloaded with school curriculum for students across the state. I'm very happy to know that these initiatives have yielded commendations and positive feedback from parents, individuals, and organizations whose partnership was critical to the positive outcome that we achieved, particularly when the pandemic was at its peak. I assure you that our government will continue to invest in education of all our children across the state in an holistic way.
Highlights of the day include the cutting of the cake and the symbolic registration of new pupils into public primary schools. Speaking at the symbolic registration exercise, the Commissioner for Education urged parents and guardians to take good care of their children and wards and pay attention to their education.
Please look after the children. Come to school for open day. Come and know their class and their teacher. When they get home, follow their homework. Ṣé ti gbọ́ o? Tó bá ti délé, kí lẹ ṣe lénìí? Jẹun wòwe ẹ, ṣó ní homework.
It is part of our tradition to, at the beginning of each session, to register new pupil, and this is the symbolic, registration. We have been doing it in the past. It has become a custom for us to do that, and we are doing it again today.
Some parents who spoke with Education Report on TV commended the registration exercise.
I'm very happy to participate in the program because what the Lagos State government are doing, it really shows that they carry us along. My word to them is they should keep on, trying in what they are doing. Honestly, we parents and we our students, they are really trying, and we're happy about what they are doing.
I'm very happy, and I thank God for her going to primary 1 in Model Nursery and Primary School, GRA Ikeja.
Indeed, this year's Children's Day has been eventful, and the Lagos State government says it will not rest on its oars in giving these children the best opportunities in life.
Now, when you say Aerohammer, we mean that compound consisting of what?
As Lagos gravitates towards a smart city, the need to further up the standards in the education sector cannot be emphasized enough. To achieve this feat, the Office of Sustainable Development Goals, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, is using this gathering as a pilot program for these retiree educationists.
We are bringing you in as coaches because you need to help us support the present generation of heads of schools to be able to bring back, to be able to run their schools in a way that will bring back the glory of those schools. Over the years, we've seen that becoming the principal of a school is not a natural flow from being a teacher. It's not the same job. It needs a lot more skills. You have to deal with parents, you have to deal with the community, you have to deal with government, with the regulators, you have to deal maybe in the private school with the board of directors, you have to deal with the Ministry of Education, all the things that did not concern you before as a teacher. So therefore, it needs a lot more skills, and we appreciate that, and that's why we think you can bring to bear all the skills that you undoubtedly have. And that is why we are very grateful to all of you who have applied.
The Volunteer Teachers Corps participation in Lagos schools will be a continuous program.
In 2015, when the Sustainable Development Goals were launched, it was observed that too many teachers do not have the support, I quote, support, training or qualifications needed to deliver quality education. Hence, the need to prepare teachers, educators, mentors, and coaches to support our teachers to ensure that students get the best.
When we talk of sustainability, sustainability is about future. So whatever we build now will be sustained in the future. And what Goal4 says is quality education. We want to ensure that students in our government schools have the best foundation. They have foundation for the future so that they can take over in future in every phase of life. Particularly, Lagos wants to be a smart city. And who are the people who will run the smart city? It's the students. And that's why we are so particular about their education. This is an opportunity for teachers. Though they have retired, they can still give back through volunteerism. And you know that volunteerism is one of the great tools used by the UN under the SDGs.
Participants gave kudos to the state government, saying it is an opportunity for them to remain active even in retirement.
It's a very laudable program because it will add value to the education system that we have currently in Lagos State. And with the vast experience we had while at active service, it will help us to improve the standard of education, particularly in schools.
I feel Lagos State is doing the best, and I hope if Lagos could be copied by other states, the level of education in Nigeria will be as high as expected. Knowing fully well that majority of us retired, and for the fact that we are senior citizens, the respect is there. And the expectation is that majority of us will have to go extra mile to ensure we deliver what is expected for this project.
The 220 volunteer teachers will be deployed to 452 senior, junior and primary schools and technical colleges in the state. The Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board has partnered with the Kesintin Adebukola Adebutu Foundation to provide free quality vocational training in masonry and tiling, plumbing and pipe fitting, furniture and carpentry, electrical installation and maintenance. To enroll for any of the courses, obtain your forms at bit.ly/lastverbs4w or call 091 311 68048 for more details.
You have to understand the need to imbibe the resilient skills. It's a skill.
These principals and vice principals in Lagos Post-Primary Teaching Service have just been elevated and are undergoing this induction program with emphasis on leadership skills. The chairman of the State Teaching Service Commission, Mrs. Elizabeth Ariyo, says the induction is an avenue for the successful officers to gain exposure to issues bordering on the increasing scope of schools administration and management.
Today's event will witness the elevation of 100 vice principals to the post of principal and 96 teachers elevated to the post of vice principals to fill various vacancies in the street education district due to statutory retirement of officers. Continuous education and capacity development of the workforce will be uppermost in the scheme of things, and as such, the potpourri and fit-for-purpose training program for the newly appointed and elevated school heads and administrators has become most necessary.
The two-day induction program is a combination of lectures, case studies, use of blended skills, competencies and sharing experiences.
As head teachers, as principals, as vice principals, you need to understand. They've seen that the future of education is in technology. Is in e-technology. You need to learn those skills for improved productivity in the new normal. Lastly, you need to develop positive winning attitude in your workplace.
Today we are actually helping to position the newly inducted principals and vice principals in Lagos State. Of course, leadership do come with a lot of challenges, and that's why TESCOM is actually being very proactive to put this together such that they will help them to be able to think through these sessions, and then when those challenges come, they'll be able to ensure that they solve them with the skills and with knowledge and understanding that they've garnered from this training today.
The chairman of the commission, Mrs. Elizabeth Abiyo, and the permanent secretary, Mrs. Toyin Machado Ononuga, advised the educators to uphold good principles at all times.
The only way you can get the best out of the system is for the led and the leader to have a symbiotic relationship. They must be equipped with the ability to carry along their subordinates and make their subordinates to be part of the system. And this will also ensure transition.
Our newly elevated vice principals and principals are expected to display good leadership, right? And of course, they will have been taught here how to perform better, so that at the end of the day, the deliverables, the learning outcomes will be better in all our schools.
Participants said with this workshop, they are prepared for the 21st century leadership.
My expectation from the workshop is that my leadership skill will be further deepened to be able to manage and administer the school system as a 21st century leader. I'll be able to coordinate, to communicate, and then to leverage on the experiences even of the staff in the school, so that at the end of the day we are able to achieve the set goals for education in Lagos State.
I expect at the end of this program that it will shape my life. It will make me to work in accordance to the expectation of Lagos State government to bring a new idea as a 21st century teacher in Lagos State.
The 196 school administrators are expected to play key roles as change agents while embracing technology for the improvement of teaching and learning in Lagos State schools.
Education Report on TV, promoting excellence in education on television.
It is believed that healthy employees tend to be happier and more productive. It is against this background that the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, LASUBEB, organized this year's Health Week program for the purpose of giving its members of staff an opportunity to check their health status and get free medical treatment.
This year we are doing examination of the heart and monitoring our heart condition, so that everyone will be aware of their heart status. If there is any other step that will be taken, further step, maybe we have to refer them. If there is any challenge, we have to refer them to a bigger facility. They can visit the facility and have themselves treated to prevent sudden death.
The health program has as its theme benefits of ECG in relation to heart condition and general well-being. The chairman of the board, Honorable Wahab Alawiye King, while addressing the LASUBEB staff, said the well-being of the members of staff is a priority to the board, hence the routine medical checkup.
Our new governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola, is very passionate and much concerned about our welfare, our well-being, and our wellness. Hence, I implore you on his behalf to take advantage of this opportunistic spring to know our best status and begin treatment where necessary. I want to openly submit that let your health become a priority in your life. A healthy workforce is a productive workforce.
The members of staff benefited from blood pressure and glucose checkup. Medical experts also gave free health talks on various health challenges.
They have their blood pressure checks, they are having their sugar check, their weight, their height, their BMI. They also intend to have ECGs done because in some cases you might have some background health related problems that you might not be aware of. So this comprehensive screening, including an ECG as a strong component, might be able to detect some of these problems and actually lead to the doctor actually recommending appropriate therapy for the safety and the well-being of the individuals.
Members of staff were advised to take responsibility for their health. Beneficiaries noted that the Health Week will go a long way in helping them stay healthy and productive.
A lot has been said about our health, ways of improving our health, and from what the doctor said, he said prevention is better than cure. So we have been told a lot of measures to put in place to prevent some diseases that we might encounter in the course of our day-to-day activities.
We learned about electrocardiographic, about the test that has to do with the heart, the functioning of the heart. The presenter made it known to us that the test is not harmful. It's not harmful, that it will be in our own interest to go for the test, to be able to know the position of our heart because of our day-to-day activities. And also we were exposed to the various ECG tests that can be taken. By doing this test, we make the doctor to be able to know the position of your heart. Then if you are an hypertensive patient, to be able to review your drugs and know the working and the condition, the current condition of your drug, and what has been the after effects of the drugs we've been exposed to.
The Health Week, organized by LASUBEB, is expected to improve the workforce medical fitness and mental alertness, inform and educate them on healthy living, and equip them with useful preventive health-related tips.